Good morning. One of the joys of getting older is identifying the pains and aches that increasingly come about in your body. And about 5 years ago, I was on a holiday to Rome with Tanya. It was a weekend break, and I started having severe pains in my leg, just right down here. And we were doing quite a bit of walking in round Rome, and I was struggling to make it from one lamppost to another. I was hanging on to a lamppost. The pain was severe, and I thought that it was shin splints, because I have been very, very active all my life, and we had been doing quite a bit of up and down steps and what have you. I just put it merely down to shin splints. But 3 months ago I developed real pain just here where the leg meets the foot. And it was actually happening on both sides. And it was stopping me sleeping. And it just went on for about a week. And I was up and down during the night walking about and trying to relieve this pain. So I went to the doctor, and the doctor referred me down to Holywood Arches for physio. He said I had sciatica, or she said, and she put her hand just above my hips there and said that the muscles down here were just in spasm, continual spasm, and she said that the pain or the spasms here were affecting right down my legs and manifesting themselves in pain in my lower legs. And I've actually had this all my life, but I hadn't realised what it was, and I hadn't realised it just got worse and worse. So anyway, I went down to the physio, and he gave me a series of warm-up exercises to do once every day to relieve the sciatic pain. So here's the exercises, and I would recommend going to a physio for anybody. It's fabulous what they can show you, it's fabulous what they can do for you, and the instruction that they can give to relieve this. And certainly it's relieved the pain that I've had. And this is the kind of thing that you will come away with. They give you actually a pictorial record of the exercises that you do, not just a written record. And it's brilliant that the record is pictorial, because I tend to forget things. I tend to forget instructions, and whenever you look at the pictures, it all comes back to you. So I'll just get down and I'll get busy. Now, don't expect to enjoy doing these exercises. I certainly don't. Now, you make yourself comfortable, and the first exercise is double knee to chest stretch, and you repeat this 5 times for 20 seconds. So you're up here, and you're like that. So hold it for 20 seconds, and you're moving your pelvis here, you're stretching your pelvis. And you're doing this for 20 seconds, and you're doing it 5 times with a breather in between. Okay, second exercise is lumbar rotation. So the whole idea is to get yourself moving down on your pelvis. So you're repeating this 10 times for 2 seconds each go. So hands down on the floor, knees beside each other, and you're going from side to side and holding. and you're stretching here. So you just carry on like that. Posterior pelvic tilt. Repeat 10 times, hold 2 seconds each time. So the whole idea is to force yourself up like that, 2 seconds, down, and then you force yourself forward. So you're doing this kind of movement here, holding for 2 seconds each time, pulling your hips together. Again, the whole idea is to get lumbar movement. This is the supine hamstring stretch. So the whole idea here is to pull one leg up while the other one's down on the floor. Repeat 10 times and hold. So the idea is my right leg is flat. This one is as far up as I can, and then you tilt your foot forward. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. This is as high as I can pull this left leg. This left leg is just locked. And repeat for right leg, and you'll notice that I have greater movement with the right leg. It's much easier. You might find this too, that it's one of your legs gives you particular trouble. This exercise here is called a clamshell. And you get yourself onto your side. You get this arm up in behind your head and that arm lying free. And the whole idea is to do this kind of movement here, opening the legs while you're on your side. And you do about 10 of these. 2 seconds, hold. And then you repeat the performance on the other side. Right, so that's the clamshell. Then we have bridging. So you lie on your back, hands down by your side, and you force yourself up, your bottom up into the air, and you hold. You're pushing your hips together as you do that. Hold for several seconds, and then slowly down. Up again, slowly down. Up again, slowly down. One of the toughest ones I find is this one. It's sit back as far as you can as you can feel a stretch on the top of your feet. So you're on your knees and you are trying to go back, and I can't do it. And you're stretching your feet. I just can't go back any further, which is rather hopeless. But whenever you're over 60 and you've abused your body's beginning to break down. You're not able to do the things that you used to be able to do. And I played a lot of tennis, played a lot of rugby, did a lot of running, and lifted a lot of weights off the floor and such like. And my mother and father always used to tell me in my early days, take care of your back, and I never did. I was stupid, and now I'm paying the price. Those are some wee exercises that you might consider doing if you haven't been able to get to the doctor, to the physio, if you haven't been able to identify the pains in your legs and you wonder what's happening to you like I did. Well, my first piece of advice would be to get yourself to a doctor and get yourself referred for physio. Physio is extremely helpful, and it can reassure you that you're not breaking down completely, and that there are ways and means to try and relieve the pain in your legs. And since I've started doing these exercises, yes, there is a greater mobility, and I'm sleeping better at night and such like. And I'm offering this advice to you. But the first advice would be get yourself to the doctor, get yourself to the physio, and maybe try out some of the wee exercises that I have been doing and have found helpful. Okay. I'm the king of the castle. No, you're not. I am.